math. It's boring. It's facts. But see, someone told me that facts tell, but stories is what captivates people. So that's why I want to thank the people who actually took the time to be real with a testimony this evening. Can we give them a clap more for them? What I want to leave with you is that you need to worship God and you need to love God the way He shows you. Because no one can love God, talk to God, like you can. You are completely unique, just like your fingerprint, just like your DNA. You're completely unique. And so sometimes, even though there's times when I'm preaching a lot, and there's times where God just begins to talk to me and talk through me, and then there's times where He just wants me to sing, and I can't sing. Matter of fact, to the point where I did not even want to be here. To the point I wanted nothing to do with preaching. I have enough oil that was laid on my head when I was younger that I don't have to use grease today. But that's the truth. I agree. There's a lot of oil. There's a lot of oil. But here's the thing. That worship was so big, right? And sometimes we think sometimes more about having time off and not realizing how much they need us for them to have a service and for them to see us worship. It's not just in words that we pass down, but it is a service that they have, that they're running, that they're conducting, but then they see us entering into worship because of what they are doing.
Glory.
Because it'll let them know that what they do has an effect.
That's right.
And our support to them would cause us to go up in worship anyway.
Jesus.
And that is the example that we set. That is what we pass on, not by word, but by deed as well. Train up a child in the way that they should go, that when they are old, they won't depart from it. Train them. Train them. It's not just reading. It's not just talking. It's doing. It's action. It's saying. It's seeing it. It's action. It's saying it. It's seeing it. It's action. It's saying it. It's seeing it. To the point you get so sick of it, you know it. You didn't even try.
Glory.
How many of you have a favorite radio station? You guys still listen to the radio? No, it's not the radio anymore, though. It's like Sirius. It's, it's iHeart Radio. It's, you listen to the car radio still? Right on. There's still some people strong in the youth. All right, so you're listening to your favorite radio station. There's a song that comes on, you can't stand it. It's brand new. So it comes on 4 times in an hour. Ever seen that? Ever had that happen to you? Okay, so you're driving in the car, and by the end of the week, guess who knows the words to the song? And you don't even like the song. But because you heard it so much, now it's coming out of you. That's what this is. That God loved you so much that He was willing to put you in a place where it might seem boring. Just so that when you get older, that what you thought was boring then becomes life in the air that you breathe later.
Excellent.
Is there anyone pregnant in here?
Oh my.
Raise your hand. Come on up here, please. Do I have, who said they were 6? I need 1 6-year-old. Who's 6? You 6? Okay, come on. Stand right there. What's your name? Cherie, nice to meet you. Now, I want you to stand over here. Now, I need a female who is, let's see, do I got a 10-year-old? 10? Come on. I want to show you how God sees stuff. Do I have a 16? Do I got a 16? How about a 17? 17. 18. Do I got 17? No? Right here. Oh, Lord. Reluctant 17. Come on. Thank you so much. Do I have someone in their 20s? Anyone in their 20s?
Jamie.
20s? Female 20. You got 19? Female 19? All right, go ahead. I got no 20. So I got a female 30 in your 30s. Like, oh my goodness. I shouldn't have did this with females. I should have did this with guys. Anyone want to be an example of a 30-year-old? I know you might not be 30, but you know. Female. Thank you. Go over that way, please. Can I get an example? You know, this is hypothetical. Example of a 40-year-old female. You're acting at this point, okay? This is not even real. 40. Do I have 40? Thank you so much. All right. Lord have mercy. I'm ducking out before service is over.
That's right.
Your life is on the line. You can go 50.
I can go? Can I have someone an example of a 50 in their 50s, please? Please. Thank you. Always leading by example. Appreciate it. Now, Jeremiah, slide on down. He was young when God first started speaking to him. And in Jeremiah chapter 1, right? Jeremiah chapter 1, remember it, do something with it. Jeremiah chapter 1, God says to him, he says, hey, listen, I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb.
Right.
He said, I knew you.
That's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Before I, God, formed you
That's right.
in your mother's womb. What does that mean? That means that no matter, I don't know who she is.
That's right.
Right? I don't know anything about her. But when God decides that it is your time, no matter what it is, I have been raised with foster children. I have seen so many different forms, so many different lifestyles that children has gone through. But when God says it's time for you to come, no one can stop it.
That's right.
So God says, I knew you before you were in your mother's womb, and I formed you there. So when God sees something, he always sees the end in the beginning. So before he spoke light, he saw it being destroyed. So this baby here, God sees this baby all the way down the line.
Oh, yeah. No doubt, man.
Before
That's right.
it was here.
Amen.
He told Jeremiah, I knew you
Right.
before you were even in your mother's womb.
Right.
And when I seen you, I didn't see only your beginning, but I knew your end. Revelation chapter 22 says that I am Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning and the end, the first and the last. So when I think about that, when God said, for God so loved the world, do you know he saw the club that got shot up?
Yeah, it's right.
He saw the 2-year-old get snapped by an alligator.
Right.
He saw the perfection of his creation as soon as it happened. But yet, because God sees everything, before he speaks it, he saw the end of the earth. And he looked at the earth, and in Genesis he said he saw it and it was good.
Good.
It made sense for him to still create it,
Right.
even though sin was going to be a part of it.
Right.
So if this is my beginning,
That's right.
and let's say this is my now,
Right.
and if this is my now, then somewhere along the line, when he also told Jeremiah to speak, he says, I know the plan I have for you.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
It is a plan not of evil, but of good.
Good.
And it has an expected end. So when I think about that, and I know that God has a plan for me, it doesn't matter if how you got here.
Right.
Right? Because I've figured out that everyone doesn't come from a two-family home. I figured out that every parent doesn't talk nicely to their children. I figured out after a while that, sometimes you're dealt a bad deck of cards. I understand that, but God, for some reason, still said, you know what? It still works and it still looks good.
That's right. Glory.
That's right.
Amen.
Still looks good.
Yes.
So if that's the case, if any of you are ever in that type of situation, that means that somewhere along the line, things are going to get better. Somewhere along the line, something is going to change. Somewhere along the line, something is about to be different. And because God allowed you and knew that you were going to have to deal with depression,
Yes. Yes.
deal with suicide thoughts,
Yes.
deal with hating yourself because a guy said he didn't like you, or you haven't had your first girlfriend yet, and the things that are important to you, he looked at your life and said, you know what, I know what you love, I know what you like, and trust me, I got you.
Glory.
Focus on me first. I got you. Now, everyone understand this. He sees the beginning and the end all at the same time.
Amen.
You with me? Y'all can have a seat. Thank you so much. You can see the beginning and the end all at the same time, and the earth was without form and was without void, and it was dark, and he spoke and he saw everything. He saw all the stages of the world, and he still spoke.
That's right.
He saw all the ages of the world, and he sees us where we are now. He saw Sodom and Gomorrah, and he saw the flood, and he saw all of that, and he saw, the homosexuals getting rights to get married. He saw it, and he saw it even more, and he saw people killing each other. He saw people then taking other people's lives for no reason. He began to see that, and people getting shot up in their churches. He saw it, and he said it was good. It was good.
Speak.
Well, wait a second. That begs me to think. He saw it was good, but even when things were good and perfect, that he created evil. The knowledge of good and evil was in the midst of the good.
Right. That's right.
Why would God allow us to have the option of evil? Wouldn't it have been better for us to just be wired just to do good?
Right.
Wouldn't this world, as they used to sing, be a better place? Let me ask you a question. Would you prefer someone to love you because they chose it or because they were made to?